know what Kugelis is? Well, you're missing out if you don't know what it is. It's as you can see from the recipe here, it's a very starchy potato-based kind of casserole. It's quite popular here in Lithuania. This past weekend, I went to visit my mother-in-law, and my daughter and mother-in-law made Kugelis, and we really enjoyed it, and it was an excellent meal. Maybe a little more history. A lot of people will tell you that the national food or national dish of Lithuania is actually cepelinis, which is also a potato-based dish. But I would say that Kugelis, in my opinion, is more the king of Lithuanian food. It's an interesting meal. It's not everybody's cup of tea. In fact, the first time I ever tried it, it took all of my willpower to even swallow it. I hated it. The texture and everything else. It was hard to even get it down my throat. But over the years, I've grown to love it, and I look forward to it, especially on a nice cold winter's day. So if you ever had a chance to try Kugelis, I recommend it.
Hi everyone, thanks for clicking on the video. I think it's Saturday, February 7th. Not quite sure about that, but beautiful day. I'll take the camera off of me. Again, nobody wants to look at my face. Again, beautiful day. I don't know if it's going to get above freezing today. You can see the water's all iced up. Kind of windy. I'm out here on this kind of path. It's not really a road. I'm not sure what to call it, but nice place to walk, and again, it's out of the wind. Hopefully the wind won't mess with the volume. Plus, I don't really like to ride the quad bike on this particular road. People do walk this. I hate to ruin the nice serenity of the forest by the noise that quad bike makes. So anyhow, out for a nice walk. Again, nice day. Weather this week was actually pretty good. We kind of get into these patterns here where we'll get snow overnight, maybe an inch or so, and then, you know, it'll melt by afternoon, and then it happens all over again the next night, which I don't mind. Things are beautiful in the morning, nice and white. I don't have to bother shoveling or cleaning snow, so I'll take it as long as it's not rain. I've had my share of rain for a while, but this is episode 10. For me, a big milestone, my 10th official video. I don't know where to start, but I did want to take some time just to kind of talk a little bit specifically about YouTube. By no means have I become an expert. I'm a long ways from that, but I have learned a lot since I started this last fall. It's been a great hobby. I'm enjoying it. I make some mistakes, and you know, sometimes they're a little frustrating, but just generally about YouTube or YouTube channels. I did mention, I think in my first video, that, you know, the reason I'm doing this is just for something to do, a hobby, kind of document that I existed on this planet at all. I don't have any hopes or dreams of becoming a YouTube star. There's no danger of that happening, obviously, but I think some things that a lot of you might not know about YouTube. Of course, I don't make any money from YouTube. Some people do. Some people are actually full-time YouTubers, but they've got some kind of crazy formula that you've got to meet certain conditions before they start paying you for your content on YouTube. You have to have a certain number of subscribers, you have to have a certain number of sustained views, you have to have a certain amount of viewed time, because a view isn't necessarily something that YouTube's going to get ad revenue on. A lot of these videos, including mine, people just click on it and after about 5 seconds decide this is not for me, and they move on. You still get credit for a view, but you don't get credit for view time. But so again, there's no way I will ever have the number of subscriptions and views, etc., to become somebody who makes money on YouTube. So what I get out of it is just the enjoyment. And as I've said in several of my videos, I don't want to say that I don't care whether I get views or not, because that's not true. I love it when I wake up in the morning and I look and see, oh, there was 5 new views on a video. It really makes my day. But other than that, I get nothing more out of it. So, you know, don't think that that I'm kind of trying to, again, become a YouTube star. It's never going to happen. You really have to have a lot of the things in place before YouTube will start paying you. Now, that's not a cut on YouTube. I think it's great. To have the channel itself is free. It doesn't cost me anything at all. Any one of you can start a YouTube channel for free. Obviously, there's costs with, you know, actually making the videos. You know, I bought this GoPro camera, and I do pay a monthly fee on Clipchamp to edit all my videos, and I'm sure there's other expenses that go along with having this silly little hobby, but mainly I just kind of want to talk about that. The other thing is that, you know, I realize that my channel is really kind of odd when it comes to YouTube channels. Usually these channels, especially the successful ones, you know, the channel is about something. Either you've got a channel that's just about ATVs, or it's just about an off-grid cabin, or, you know, just about, you know, gardening. It's about one thing, episode after episode, and you get consistency, you get that solid viewer base. Oh, look, they've done some logging out here that I didn't know about. This is all fresh, but anyhow, back to the channels. And I realize my channel goes completely against all that. My channel really, it's not about ATVs. Yeah, I better turn around, it's getting windy. My channel is not about ATVs or gardening or cleaning snow or any one of these things that I continue to talk about. It's about all of those things. Or more to the point, my channel is just about my life. As boring as it is, and it is boring right now. Again, I picked a bad time of year to start a YouTube channel in late fall. Now we're getting into mid-winter. Not a whole lot going on here in Lithuania, but hopefully that'll change in the spring. I'll be able to show a lot more content related to gardening, etc. And again, I realize that maybe if I specialized in one thing, I might get more views or subscribers, but that's not my goal. My goal is to just kind of track my life, as boring and mundane as it might be. So I do appreciate you guys clicking on these videos. If you don't watch the whole thing, I get it. I do the same thing every Saturday. That's my YouTube time. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I don't do much during the week, but come Saturday, I sit down and have a few beers and watch YouTube. And I don't need to get into the minutia of the ones that I like, but you know, there's a couple channels worth mentioning. There's one called The North Woodsman 1. It's this old guy, Martin. He actually lives in Illinois, but he's got a off-grid cabin, really off-grid cabin in far northern Minnesota. I like to watch him. There's one, I think it's called Simple Alaska Living or Simple Alaska Life. It's this couple, Eric and Ariel. Really nice people. I really like watching their videos. They are YouTube or full-time YouTubers. They make some pretty good money. They really have quality videos, but I do like to watch them. You know, there's a few others. I won't go into it, but sorry that was a bit long-winded and boring, but again, I just want to reiterate, sometimes if this is the first one of my videos you're seeing, maybe you need to go back to video 1 and, you know, just kind of understand why I started this channel. If you haven't already left and watched something more interesting. But again, for those of you that continue to watch, thank you. But again, You don't have to watch them all, and even if you watch 5 minutes and skip to something more interesting, I get it. I do the same thing. So more to come. Thanks, everyone.
As I was watching and editing that previous clip, it occurred to me that maybe I should talk a little bit about, maybe for my own sake rather than yours, what I do watch, what I don't watch, and why. And a lot of it, like I said, hadn't even really occurred to me till I watched that previous clip. But let me start with what I don't watch on YouTube. I mean, pretty much anything with the word extreme in the title. There's all these crazy videos out there: extreme ATV, extreme survival, extreme off grid. Usually has a lot of heavy metal guitar music in the background. That is not for me. I probably won't click on anything that looks to be something like that, although they seem to be successful and get a lot of views, but they don't get any of my time. But again, watch what you want to watch. But back to what I do watch. I'll go into each little one. I promise you it won't take too long here, a minute or two. But really, it occurred to me that the channels or the people that I do watch, I watch them because they're really positive people. Each of these channels or people that I'll talk about in the next couple minutes, they are very positive people. They never are negative. They never say anything nasty about somebody else. They never complain. It's really refreshing to watch that. And that's really why I watch what I do. So take it for whatever it's worth. Plus, I did want to give a shout out to these handful of channels that give me hours and hours of joy and entertainment pretty much every weekend. As I mentioned in the previous clip, I don't do much of anything else. I am on Facebook, but I rarely check it or do anything on Facebook. I don't know the first thing about Instagram or TikTok or a lot of these other platforms, and I doubt that will change. But here's some interesting information about the channels and videos that I do watch. Again, don't feel obligated to watch them yourself, but I did want to give a shout out to my YouTube heroes. Thanks. This first one that I wanted to talk about is probably my favorite channel. It's called the Northwoodsmen One, otherwise known as Martin's Off-Grid Cabin. Great video. He's an older gentleman from northern Illinois, I think around the Belvedere area, but he's got a cabin really off grid in far northern Minnesota. It's an old cabin, nothing modern about it. But he makes some great videos. He's not a YouTube star, I would say, but he makes some money off of YouTube just because he's been doing it, I think, since 2009. His channel's been out there forever. But if you have a chance, if you got some time to kill, watch one of his videos. I promise you it'll lift your spirits. The next one that I enjoy a lot is called Simple Living Alaska. Definitely interesting story. It's a couple, Eric and Ariel. They're originally from California. I wouldn't call them city people, but they weren't really, rural at all. And they decided to, several years ago, pack it in and move. I think originally they moved to Oregon, but it ended up in Alaska. And their life was simple, as their channel would indicate by the name at the time. But since they've become YouTube stars, and they are YouTube stars, they make a good chunk of money. They've got tons and tons of subscribers and videos. And by the way, their videos are really excellent quality, like National Geographic type quality. But there's nothing simple about their life anymore as such. They've got quite a lot going on with their property and all their buildings, etc. But they do, still maintain an off-grid lifestyle, just with a lot of inflow of cash from YouTube. But again, great people, very positive. Really enjoy watching them. You'll see everything from gardening to carpentry to fishing trips, snowmobiling. You'll see it all on that channel, and it's all very interesting. The next one that I do try to watch, I think he puts out a video every week or two, but it's called the Newfoundland Outsider. It's a guy from Newfoundland, Canada. He's got an off-grid cabin, pretty decent. It was maybe a little shabby when he bought it, but he's taken us on the journey of kind of updating and upgrading his cabin. He does a lot of nature type videos, a bit of fishing. Interesting guy, but again, I like to watch him. He's very positive. Nothing seems to get him down. But I'll move on to the next one. The next one is called Manzano Man Adventure. He actually kind of went off the radar for a while. I don't know if he had some he got tired of making videos, but he's back online. He is based in New Mexico. He does a lot of ATV slash camping trips in the mountains in New Mexico. Very beautiful scenery. He's really a nice, positive guy. So if you ever have some time to kill and want something to lift your spirits, go ahead and check his out as well. The final one that I want to talk about is maybe one of the more interesting ones. It's called Jay Laguerre. He's a Canadian guy up in the Northwest Territories. And he is a full-time YouTuber. He pumps the videos out. He definitely has a lot of subscribers and views. He's kind of a train wreck when it comes to a lot of things. He's got an off-grid cabin. He does this hot tent camping. He maybe tries to do a little bit too much for his channel, but I keep watching, so he's doing something right. You can kind of tell some of the stuff he's doing it for the first time, or he's just kind of figuring it out as he goes along. But again, as I said several minutes ago, one of the things that I do really like about him is he's very positive. He just, sometimes, I watch him and I'd say I'd give up, and he doesn't give up. He just keeps going. And I do give him compliments. He can really handle the cold. I consider myself pretty able to take a lot of the cold coming from northern Wisconsin, but he seems to deal with it pretty amazingly. But we'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks.